Hi everybody, Happy New Year 2012, and it's also Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon. So this is my first video blog for 2012, and staying true to what you practice or what you preach, making this video will be about marketing your website and how videos can help your website. So this year, many of the new clients came in, and there's usually a rush the last 3-4 years during this time because companies want to make a New Year's resolution, and that is how to improve in their business and become more profitable. And one of the ways, obviously, is to create a web presence where your clientele or your product will be seen online by your potential customers. Now, having a great website, that's a given, and we tell them what's the best website you've seen out there and your competitors and things like that, and we can compare and we can mesh it to your own taste, and obviously that will be your product. But many of my new clients kind of forget how marketing is also important in getting your website. And my philosophy has always been, I would rather have an ugly website with lots of visitors versus a beautiful website with no visitors. It's like this. Do you want your business in the garage where you're in a residential area, or do you want it somewhere in Main Street? So many of the people that come to me often forget or have not thought of clearly of how they're going to promote their website, and obviously the type of budget that might be needed for that. Now, one of the solutions that has worked for me, and I know has worked for many other people, is blogging. Now, like me, as you can see on my website, I try to do as much blogging as I do, but I skip months sometimes without blogging because of my schedule and in terms of routine. So 2012 hopefully will be a better blogging time for me. And one of the things though that you can do, and I do easier, is like what we're doing right now, is video blogging. I have my iPhone 4, and I just stuck a little lapel mic I got from Radio Shack, and I put a little stand there, and you can use that, your smartphone as your main camera. You don't need a fancy camera anymore. And from there, you basically talk about your services or your products. Now, I mean, this is the day and age where I believe all companies, small or big, need some sort of video, which will be uploaded to social media sites such as YouTube. And I also posted on Facebook and somewhat Twitter. But videos are a great way to get found and to also communicate to your clientele. Now, today is a rainy day in Southern California, and I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 inches of rain by the day end. So what do people usually look for during rainy days in terms of emergency services? And the first thing that comes to mind is roof, right? Or roofers. What if you're, suddenly find your roof leaking and you need it right away? You don't usually shop for roofers if your roof is leaking and don't want any water damage in your house. So you go online, or some older folks like my parents perhaps might use the Yellow Pages, but you would go online and basically type in, I'm using Google Chrome, which is a cool browser, so I just type in roofing repair in Torrance, and you'll see that there's the ads where you can advertise in Google AdWords, and there's also local places where that's near you, and these are kind of like for Google Places. And then there's the organic search here. These AdWords, you pay Google to do that, and if this is like $5 a click and you want to be a number one, you can go ahead and do $5.01, and you'll be number one in there. And then Google Locals are free. You just have to place your business in Google Locals. Hopefully you're also up there. And then ultimately you'll want to be in organic searches. So the first one here is called AmericanRoofmasters.net, and they're in Torrance. It says there in their description. And there you go. You see that it says local in Torrance. So these guys, are number one in the Torrance area where I'm residing at, and they're organically found. There's their phone number on top, and there's their about us, and obviously if your roof is leaking, you're gonna call that number right away. You're not gonna do too much research. Maybe compare prices, when you call them up. So again, that's a great way for any business to get found, is for your customers to call you and not just rely on word of mouth or maybe flyer advertising, which may or may not work. But if you type in there, like again, you'll see the top ones there. For my business, if you type in Torrance web designers, I show up in the first page, top search of Google. So 50% of my business comes from Google. Customers finding me in Google and inquiring about my services. So again, 2012, this is your year. Start out with a great website if you don't already have one. And if you do have one, go ahead and make some videos. Spread the word. Blog. We type in and put in some keywords there where maybe your target audience is in a city or a service or product that you have, and get those leads from Google or from any other search engine. And this is Ryan for My Web Design Source, and Happy New Year.